Good evening. Welcome to join me in my evening class in my home. Stand in your Tai Chi Qigong posture. Feet rooted in the ground, soft ankles, soft knees. Allowing your tailbone to drop down, chin tuck in, and lengthen the spine both up and down at the same time, creating space in the body. Concept known as song in Qigong. A little bit of space under the axilla and a little bit of width at the arch of the groin, two legs there. Close your eyes for a couple of seconds and just settle into being in the space. Just notice how you feel. You're rested, tired, but anxious. Happy that the day is past or looking forward to going to bed. Just check in. How's your breathing? How do your muscles feel? And just take one or two nice long, deep, silky breaths down into the belly. So this evening, I need to just do a set of flows. It's been a really, really busy day technologically, and I need to get from that kind of yang into a better yin space before going to bed. And so I've chosen to work through 5-element flows. So we're looking at the lungs, then the kidney, then the liver, then the heart, and then the spleen flow. And we'll end with pulling down the heavens, in this case, in the 6 directions. We're going to do the second series of 5-element flows as taught by Lee Holden. When we're working with the 5 elements, we're thinking of tuning up an orchestra. You know, there's the bassoon and the harp and the violin and the drums. They all have different roles to play in the body. And so if we tune them all up together, we have a very harmonious inner landscape. So we're working with the inner landscape of our bodies, having a sense that this is mirroring the external landscape, the sort of universe around us. So the early Taoists and the early people doing Qigong, which wasn't called Qigong in those very, very old days, but maybe breath work or Yang Shen or Dao Yin, we're working on the inner wood of the liver, corresponding to the forests outside, the spleen corresponding to the earth, the heart to the fire, and so we go on. So we have, most of us have done this before, but if you haven't, it's going to be a fairly quiet class when you get into flows this evening. And at another stage, we'll break it down and do them one at a time. So we're going to start off with the lung flow. Lung flow is going to be a soaring crane. So we're going to start in front of the chest here and come out from the prayer position and just open your great big crane wings, making space between your shoulder blades. And as you come forwards, sinking the breastbone back so that you're opening the back of the lungs. You come out on your recoil just as if you're flying, and you make space for the lungs, space for the heart. And as you come back, space for the back of the lungs, opening between the shoulder blades. Try to do this breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. Breathing in. As we breathe out, we hold the energy in by holding the thumb and the first finger together. That's the points of the lung meridian and its paired meridian, the large intestine. So just Gently get into this flow, feeling that you're doing very, very, very little work. The elastic recoil of the body helps to float your hands out on the air and bring it back again. Seeing that your tailbone's dropped, chin tucked in. Close your eyes and imagine that you're flying over a great lake somewhere. Maybe along the shoreline, maybe over a forest. You can decide. I just notice how when we're doing flying exercises, there's a lightness of the body. And flying always allows us a wider perspective on life. So beautiful movement to do at the end of a busy day. Qigong is an embodied practice, so notice how you're feeling inside your arms, your head, your legs as you do this exercise. Slowly allow your arms to come down a little bit lower, coming into land. And as we finish each move, just come to hold a chi ball as we transition to the next flow. So the second flow we're going to be doing is the kidney flow. And this one is called Zen circles. So you're going to put one hand behind your back and the opposite hand is going to go over your forehead, but not touching it. And kidney is the water element. So we're going to dip down, bending at the waist, soften your knees, and let your hand trail through the cool water of a beautiful pond. And as it comes across your forehead, think about your mind becoming crystal clear as that clear, cool water calms any of the worries or the repetitive thoughts in your mind. In and out through the nose, the breath, breathing in as you come up and breathing out as you go down. Breathing in, out, in. And then slowly allow that circle to become smaller, but still keep your waist moving. Qigong, we're always like the movement to include transitioning through the waist. Smaller and smaller and smaller. Come just below the dantian. So there's a connection between your backhand and your front hand for a couple of seconds, coming from your door of life to the sea of energy there, and then open your arms up and change. One hand behind, other hand over your forehead, and down you go. Dipping into the water, coming up. Kidney is responsible for the water cleansing of the body, and in Chinese medicine, strengthening of the bone and the bone marrow, and also strengthening of the reproductive organs. Out as you go down, in as you come up. In circles, bringing the movement into a smaller circle, keeping the waist moving. And smaller circles and a smaller circle. And allowing your hand to rest just below your navel, over the dantian, the lower dantian. Feeling the energy going from the front to the back there. And relax and allow your hands just to come to a chi ball. Notice how your body is feeling. Notice if you're starting to feel the effect of gathering energy and moving it around your body skillfully, which is the gong. So gong being working with your chi, your vital energy with skill. Maybe you're feeling a little bit of bioelectricity between your hands as you're doing this, whether you come closer or further away. Feeling that the center of your palms are connecting to each other. That's a point called Lao Gong on the pericardium meridian, and Lao Gong means palace of work. All right, we move to the liver. So as you move to the liver, you can have your chi ball in front, and one hand is going to go behind and the other hand in front to start off with. Back hand comes across by your face and then skims down the air on the outside of your arm, and you change position. Hands turn up to face the sky, and this is an out breath. And here use the out breath maybe through the mouth and open. So we can think initially that we're cleansing. It's called cleansing the monkey mind, clearing the monkey mind. You know what a monkey mind is like. And when we're talking about the liver, what makes our liver a little bit unhappy and doesn't work so well are frustration and anger and those kind of inappropriate angers that sometimes we have. Appropriate anger is necessary, but inappropriate anger is not. And we seem to cling onto that stuff. So we want to let it go. As you're coming forward, I want to feel as if you're stroking the edge of a beautiful camino that's hanging off your arm there. So if we clear the frustration and the anger, then we can actually open up as we come here to the beauty of the universe and clarity. And from being irritated and angry, we become generous and creative because we clear that liver. Positive qualities of the liver are generosity and creativity. So it's good to make a little bit of space for that in our days. And if you do this outside, going to a forest or by the sea, and you can just feel that you're opening up to the whole universe around you, sea and the sky and the trees and birds. Coming back to holding your chi ball. And again, you may find that you're really starting to get quite a lot of pulsating in your hands or buzzing in your hands. And that's all great stuff. So from the liver, we're going to go to the heart flow. And the second heart flow is called Fair Lady Works the Shuttle. This movement is very much about moving through the hips. So let's take this chi ball and hold it in front of the chest to start off with. And the first lung flow is called Playing with Clouds. And there we shift to the side. We turn to the side and we change hands. We shift to the side with our hips. We turn and we change hands. But when the Fair Lady works the shuttle, we shift. To the side we go, and that same hand goes up in front of our forehead, and this bottom hand works the shuttle. We come back as we go to the other side. This hand is facing towards the elbow here on the heart meridian, and it comes up and we push through. So shift weight. One arm up and the other arm pushes through. Maybe you're making a beautiful brocade or something. And push through. And breathe into one side and breathe out to the other. Try to keep flows continuous and easy. Coming down to hold your chi ball. Maybe just tip it a little bit side to side. Allow your hands to go further out. Coming back in, just feeling the connection between the two hands. And after the heart, we're going to go to the earth element. Of course, the heart was the fire element, and now we're going to the earth element, which is the spleen. So the spleen is on your right-hand side, propping a hand below the dantian, and we're going to do a half pebble in the pond. So your hand goes across, comes back to the dantian. You can do a little hip moving to the side as you scoop across, hands facing the earth, because we're working with the earth element. Going across. The other name for this movement is called the tigress gathering her cubs. And you can imagine the tigress gathering a cub by the scruff of his neck or her neck. And no sooner does she go in the opposite direction than the cub gets out again, and she has to go and catch it again. Scooping, gathering in good energy here. Of course, the spleen is seen as responsible for grounding ourselves in the spleen, and the stomach are damaged by worry. So we talk about worry guts. So we need grounding if we want to have ideas that grow into reality and fruition. Then we need to be strong in our spleen and stomach organs. And the work of the stomach is transformation and transport of food and nourishment. Last one of each hand, 1 and 2. Coming back. And we're going to go straight from there to the last one, which is not really an organ per se. We talk about the triple heater. It's responsible for the endocrines in the body and the balance of the cavities in the trunk, your pelvis and your gut and your lungs. So we're going to pull down the heavens in the 6 directions. So in this position, drop your tailbone, long spine, tuck your chin in and feel your spine lengthening, your head going up towards the stars there. Open between your shoulders, open between your elbows, open the joint fascia there, open the lung, the wrists and the fingers, and feel the space on either side of you as you reach out into the cities and continents on either side of you. Turn so that your arms go front and back. And once again, got a rotation in the spine now. Lengthen through your shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers, and feel the space in front of you and behind you. Allow your arms to come up above your head as you turn. And open through the shoulder blades. Lift, 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 lift. Your fingers stretching out as if they're reaching the energy that's radiating down from the stars. And then slowly allow your hands to float down in the air, going towards the energy of the earth, which is gravity. Breathe in. Turn, breathe out, in and out through the nose. Breathe in as you come up. And breathe out. Soften your knees, soften your ankles, breathe in, soften your shoulders, breathe out. Breathe in, turn, and breathe out. Breathe in. Feel the generosity of the universe around you. Breathe out. Breathe in. Knowing that you are existing between the sky and the earth and nature all around you. Breathe out. One more to each side. Breathe in. Breathe out. And in. Feel your spine long and spacious. Feel the texture of the air as your hands come down. One more breathe. In and open, open, open. Notice how your arms have become longer with each stretch. Breathe out. Maybe developing a bit of warmth in the body as you do this. Breathe in. And breathe out. And bring your hands just below your dantian, just below your belly button. Bring your feet together. And close your eyes for a couple of seconds, and we'll finish with bamboo in the wind. Soft ankles and knees. And notice how your feet are rooting into the ground or the floor. Notice how your energy settles that you've been working with. How your balance changes from one foot to the other, front and back. Allow your face to soften. A little bit more space between your eyebrows. Soften your jaw. Back of your head where your joins onto the neck. Shoulders. And notice the touch of the clothing on your skin. And allow your hands to drop down. Just keep your eyes still closed for a couple of seconds. And notice how your body feels at the end of this flow class. Slowly open your eyes. And thank you for joining me in this 5-element practice.